One of the graphic images in the Bible about the times in which we live is found in Daniel chapter 2, which talks about, "You saw the feet made partly of clay and partly of iron." And that is a symbol of the world in which we live today. Fragile. Fragile is the word. Iron and clay joining together is not going to cling together. It's not going to cement. It's not going to weld. It's going to be fragile, easily broken. And there's this great statue in Daniel chapter 2. Daniel chapter 2 is described as the alphabet of Bible prophecy because there it explains step by step and has given the trend for the future of the events that would happen in the world. And it's pictured as a great statue of Babylon, of Medo-Persia, of Greece, of Rome, all these empires that came and went, and then finally now, here it is, at the time of the feet of the iron and the clay. It's the time in which we live today. Fragile times. People are anxious. What is going to happen to our world? Seems like it gets worse and gets a little better. Again, it gets worse, a little better. But overall, it just seems to be getting worse and worse. Fragile. People looking at North Korea, where it just comes up with all these threats, and suddenly the world is put on alert of what to do. There's Iran developing nuclear weapons. There's Israel is constantly threatened by its neighbors. There's this upheaval all over the Middle East where radical political powers are taking control, where religious radical powers are moving in to take over the running of countries. This is spilling over into Africa. You can virtually look into half of the nations in Africa and there is turmoil and trouble and political strife and coups and all kinds of things that make the world unstable. We look today at China as the bank of the world, where the whole economy of the Western world seems to be held under the control, as it seems, in China, where all the things that are happening in the world that has to do with tornadoes and floods and tragedies with hurricanes and tsunamis, just making people wonder, where is our world going? Well, here is our hope. The Bible tells us that all this fragile nature of the world is not going to end in broken pieces, because the picture of Daniel 2 is of a rock coming out of a mountain that strikes this image at its feet. And the whole image is kind of top heavy and it plummets, and as it falls it's turned into powder, and everything that human beings have done turns into dust. But then it says this rock grows larger and larger. It is the rock of the kingdom, the rock Jesus, who will set up his kingdom that will last forever and ever, where there will be nothing fragile. Everything will be certain and solid. And then Revelation, it says, "Behold, he is coming, and every eye will see him." And when Jesus comes to set up his kingdom, he being the rock of ages, the solid rock on which your life today can be mounted, solidified, cemented, will mean that you, though going through the fragility and the fragmentation of the world around us, will still have an anchor, will still be firm, firm as a rock. And friends, as this world moves forward into its final stages, and there is this great anticipation of corruption, trouble, sadness, devastation, where are you anchored? Jesus is the rock. My name is Ivan Blake, the senior pastor of the Fletcher Adventist Church, and our purpose is to lift Jesus up and to love people in. You can go to our website at www.fletchersda.org, and there you'll find what our programs are, our worship service times, but also a Bible study series called Lifting Up Jesus that you can request by going to our contact information, and we'd be happy to contact you and to help you through those lessons which can help you to be anchored to the rock, Jesus Christ.